The Rover Company, originator of the Land Rover marque, was experimenting with a larger model than the Land Rover series in 1951, when the Rover P4-based two-wheel drive, Road Rover, project was developed by Gordon Bashford. This was shelved in 1958 and the idea lay dormant until 1966, when engineers Spen King and Bashford set to work on a new model. 3. The first Range Rover prototype was built in 1967 with plate number SYE 157F. The design of the Range Rover was finalized in 1969. 26 Velar badged engineering development vehicles were built between 1969 and 1970 and were road registered with the number plates YVB151H through to YVB177H. Though being chassis number 3, YVB153H is believed to have been the first off the production line as a vehicle in that color was urgently required for marketing. The Range Rover with chassis number 1 was a green model with the registration YVB151H and is now on exhibition at Huddersfield Land Rover Centre, Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. The Velar name was derived from the Italian velare, meaning to veil or to cover. Range Rover development engineer Jeff Miller used the name as a decoy for registering pre-production Range Rovers. The Velar Company was registered in London and produced 40 pre-production vehicles that were built between 1967 and 1970. The Range Rover was launched in 1970. In the early 1970s, the Musée du Louvre in Paris exhibited a Range Rover as an exemplary work of industrial design. 1971, ex-Cream drummer Ginger Baker used the unproven Range Rover to drive from Algeria to Lagos, Nigeria to set up a recording studio and jam with Fela Kuti. Predating the Paris-Dakar Rally, the subsequent documentary is replete with such terrain, documenting the vehicle's endurance. In 1972, the British Trans-Americas Expedition became the first vehicle-based expedition to traverse the Americas from north to south, including traversing the roadless Darien Gap. The specially modified Range Rovers used for this expedition are now on display in the British Motor Industry Heritage Trust collection at Gaydon, Warwickshire. Range Rover sub-brands have been launched. In 2004, Land Rover debuted the Range Rover Sport, based on the Land Rover Discovery platform. Later models received the latest Range Rover platform. In 2011 came the Range Rover Evoque, and in 2017 the Range Rover Velar, reusing the name of the very first, pre-production Range Rovers. 1970 until 1987, the Range Rover was only available to American consumers through the gray market, where individual consumers choose a non-US car despite the lack of marketing in dealers. 9. Success via this route prompted official US sales to begin on the 16th of March 1987. 10. From that time until 1993, the US marketing was all in the name of Range Rover, because it was the only model offered in the American market. In 1993, with the arrival of the Defender 110 and the imminent arrival of the Land Rover Discovery, the company's US sales were under the name Land Rover North America. 1999 and 1996. It was available only in a two-door body until 1981. Before then, four-door models had been produced by specialist firms. Unlike other 4x4s such as the Jeep Wagoneer, the original Range Rover was not designed as a luxury vehicle. It was upmarket compared to preceding Land Rover models, but the early Range Rovers had fairly basic, utilitarian, Interiors with vinyl seats and plastic dashboards that were designed to be washed down with a hose. Convenience features such as power steering, carpeted floors, air conditioning, cloth, leather seats, and wooden interior trim were fitted later. The Range Rover was a body-on-frame design with a box-section ladder-type chassis, like the contemporary series Land Rovers. The Range Rover used coil springs as opposed to leaf springs, permanent four-wheel drive, and four-wheel disc brakes. The Range Rover was originally powered by various Rover V8 engines and diesel engines. Originally, the Range Rover was fitted with a detuned 130 horsepower, 97 kilowatts version of the Buick-derived Rover V8 engine. In 1984, the engine was fitted with Lucas fuel injection, boosting power to 155 horsepower, 116 kilowatts. The 3.5-liter, 3,528 cc engine was bored out to a displacement of 3.9 liters, 3,947 cc, for the 1990 model year, and 4.2-liter, 4,215 cc, in 1992-1993 model year, for the 108-inch long wheelbase Vogue LSE, County LWB, long wheelbase, in North America. One of the first significant changes came in 1981, with the introduction of a four-door body. Shortly after twin thermofan technology was introduced to reduce significant overheating problems 1970s models experienced in Australia. In 1988, LR introduced a 2.4-liter turbodiesel, badged Vogue Turbo D, with 112 bhp, 84 kilowatts, manufactured by Italian VM Motori. The same engine was available in the Rover SD1 passenger car. The diesel project was codenamed Project Beaver. During the project, 12 world records were broken, including the fastest diesel off-roader to reach 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour, and the furthest a diesel off-roader has traveled in 24 hours. In 1990, Project Otter was unveiled. This was a mildly tuned 2.5-liter, 119 bhp, 89 kilowatts version of the Beaver 2.4. In 1992, Land Rover finally introduced their own diesel engines in the Range Rover, beginning with the 111 bhp, 83 kilowatts, 200 TDI, first released in the Land Rover Discovery, and following in 1994, the 300 TDI, again with 111 bhp. 2001, the third-generation model was introduced, 14, which saw the model move further upmarket. Planned and developed under BMW ownership, the third generation shared components and systems, electronics, core power units etc., with the BMW 7 Series, E38. The 7 Series electronics system was being phased out during the development of the third-generation Range Rover and being replaced with the electronics from the BMW 5 Series, E39. There were 3 generations of the L322. First, from 2001 until 2005, was the 4.4-liter M62 BMW V8 with ZF5 HP24 transmission. The manual transmission was dropped, leaving only the automatic. Then, from 2006 until 2009, a 4.4-liter Jaguar-derived engine or a 4.2-liter supercharged variant of the Jaguar engine partnered with the ZF6 HP26 transmission. And thirdly, in 2010 Land Rover fitted the newly designed AJ133 5.0N and supercharged engine with ZF6 HP26 until the 2012 model year, the end of L322 production. This summary does not give diesel options. From 2001 to 2004, the L322 used a standard BMW E39 electric system. From 2005 to 2009, the L322 saw an updated Jaguar-derived electrical system with fiber optics and Bluetooth. From 2010 to 2012, the L322 used updated Jaguar-derived electrics, the first modern-feeling system, replacing the gear lever with a rotary dial. In MY06, the first exterior update was applied with a facelift of the front fascia. Tail lamps, orange, red now became red. Side vents, from 2 gills to 3 clear indicator side repeaters. Some other slight differences can be found on the supercharged variant. Rear lamps became clear. The second exterior update was in 2010, bringing an even more modern feel to the L322 with a new fascia, tail lamps, side grills, and clear side markers. The interiors stayed relatively the same until 2006.5, NOS 2007. A major change came in 2010. A range of new engines was offered, with 5-liter versions of the petrol V8 in standard and supercharged forms, and revision of the exterior front and rear profile.